Harrison Lauer, along with my partner,
David Anderson.
Today we're going to be previewing Super Bowl 48. Here we are in sunny Arizona for the Cardinals versus the Jaguars. So what do you think, David? First thoughts, I don't know, what do you think about the game today? Big game, Super Bowl.
I think it's interesting to see the Jaguars and the Cardinals finally making it to the Super Bowl after the Cardinals losing a couple years ago to the Steelers.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, but I mean, Kurt Warner tried to do his best, but you know, injuries happen. So one thing that is really amazing this season was Blaine Gabbert. After throwing for 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, he raised some eyebrows this season. And also another player raised some eyebrows, Denard Robinson, 1,300 receiving yards. Nobody expected that. I mean, nobody.
And MJD also had a lot of yards. He had at least 1,000. I can't remember the exact number, but he had at least 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah.
Pretty good for his old age.
Right. So another thing is that, like, wow, second best offense to the Jaguars. Who would have expected that? Next thing we have the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think about Carson Palmer and his amazing season?
Well, I think it's surprising to see Carson Palmer come out to a new team and actually do pretty well. But I guess, he had a really good receiver, Larry Fitzgerald, to throw to.
Also, another player that did really well was Andre Roberts. I mean, really young player. He just came out and did his best, man. And he really, in his best, that was quite good. 1,267 yards. That was a great season for him. Also, another thing that surprised us, Rashard Mendenhall. A lot of people are like, oh, he's old. He won't be able to keep his job. But another thing that Rashard Mendenhall had, touchdowns. And a lot of them, 15 in fact. I mean, that's just amazing for a running back. What do you think, David?
Yeah, I thought it was cool because if you think about it, after he probably played on the Steelers during the Cardinals loss, and now he's playing on the Cardinals in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, what do you think about switching teams? I mean, I think it'd be odd to be in 2 different teams in the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Well, I have seen lots of players that are getting a little bit old that'll start to go to the Cardinals. Like Peyton Manning was thinking about it. I've seen Kurt Warner went to the Cardinals after being with the Rams for a while. So.
That's an interesting team. Maybe the sunny place in Arizona attracts players. Another thing, David, so what do you think about maybe the injury status of Blaine Gabbert? I mean, he tore his rotator cuff a couple seasons ago, and now he could still be hurt in some way. I mean, apparently new injuries have cropped up. Was it shoulder pain, stuff like that? Apparently he's been playing through it, but what do you think?
Well, if he goes up, he still has a nice backup, Chad Henne, to throw to Denard Robinson. So I think they'll be pretty good to go.
Also, another thing is the defense. What do you think about the 11th ranked Cardinals defense and the 6th ranked Jaguars defense?
I think that it'll actually make a pretty big impact on the game because the Jaguars haven't faced such a defense in a long time. So I think that'll be interesting to watch.
Final thing, predictions. What do you think? Cardinals, Jags.
I say the Jaguars win.
What do you think score?
21-17.
I mean, I'm thinking about the same thing, but I think Jaguars 28-24. Also, what do you think a bold prediction might be?
If it was like the biggest that I think that the Jaguars could win would probably be 21-7, because I don't think they can stop everything.
My bold prediction, Rashard Mendenhall, 3 touchdowns. Carson Palmer, 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. That might equal victory for the Cardinals. Thank you, folks. I'm Harrison Larner. He's
David Anderson.
This has been NFL Network.